Okay, so now we're moving on to slide 6 and 7, actually. So the concept here is using PowerPoint slides to essentially tell a story and highlight key facts on a slide, almost bulleted list, and then stacking them on top of one another to create a very basic, subtle animation effect. So I'm going to go ahead and just play this slide for you first, and then we'll go ahead and look at how each of the pieces comes together. Again, basic interactivity, back next. And on this slide, literally all the user does is click Let's Sing. This is essentially the next button. We're just setting them up to sing on this slide. And you may ask, but wait, why couldn't you have used layers? You taught us all about layers before, and that's getting into the weeds of how buggy sometimes storyline can get. I tried to use layers, it didn't work, so I faked it in this case. That's the short end of the story. So ultimately here, I'm going to go ahead and press preview this slide. All right, here we go. So you see a bold and a color change with the formatting, right on beat. In my opinion, this is like the classic karaoke style, and this is used by me a lot in my Camtasia quick video editing all the time. Bullet, bullet, bullet. And I like to keep the information on screen, as you often will when, say, a presenter is talking about, oh, the 3 most important things that you must remember when it comes to X, Y, and Z. It's nice to see everything and keep it on the screen, but yet you may only really want to be focusing on the one point that they're talking about. So popping that out with a bit of color, with a heavier weight, using bold is really nice. However, do you recall what chaos this was trying to do that within Storyline? The only reason why I did it this way is because we have that reference point. We're using the text entry boxes. This to me is quite frankly a bit of a nightmare, and I hate hiding and unhiding all of these. I hate it. So I have a hack, and the hack is to use PowerPoint. Go figure. So what I've done here is I've created 8 slides. Actually, there probably should be 9, and if there aren't, then that's my fault. Let's make a 9th. Actually, let's duplicate that. It didn't carry over the background formatting here. And now I'm going to use Format Painter to paint my top line here. Format Painter, do you guys see that little trick up here? You highlight whatever text you want, click Format Painter, and then highlight over another section, and it grabs the formatting from your source, pops it into your target. It's my best friend. It'll be your best friend too. Alrighty. So here we have, essentially, again, those 9 slides. Remember, this should kind of look a little bit like what we did over here with our GIF animation, right? We have motion or some changing of state happening on each slide that's giving the appearance of animation. That's exactly what we're doing over here. As we scroll down, you can see that animated effect. Right now, there's no treatment. Okay, on the beat, when this verse is being played, it'll highlight with that different weight here. So I'm using a Chivo, and now Chivo Bold with a different color for the highlighted piece. But now, once that line is finished, we'll move forward, and it'll essentially become more recessed into the background, right? And then we'll highlight the next piece. So you just duplicate the slides like I just showed you, duplicate, 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 and then I just use Format Painter. Boom, 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 over and over and over again. It's very simple. You'll set it and forget it truly when it comes to your other elements here. Obviously, this isn't moving from slide to slide. This guy's in the same place, right? So at the end, what I love doing, because it's so easy, is you can come up here to File, click Export, change file type, go to PNG, Portable Network Graphics, and then you can choose whatever you want to do here. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna make a sample, my folder structure all over the place a little bit, sample, Bethlehem. Ooh. Let's getting a little late for me. Ooh, we'll just call that, I guess, for now. Okay, then we'll see Bethlehem, that's fine. But look, this is the real key piece here. It's going to say, which slides do you want to export? Oh, I would like to export them all, please. I'll take them all. All slides in a single folder. So now I can come over here to Storyline and I'll import them one by one. Everything is locked so that they don't move, so you can lock and unlock. You'll put them in one by one, and you can see in the past what I've had to do when I no longer want something on the screen is I remove it. I have to physically take it off the screen, and I'll tell you, it's a bit of a pain to come up here to click, oh, I don't want to show it till the end. And then I have to like determine how long I want it to be on the screen, blah, blah, blah. It's really a pain, but no. That problem doesn't exist here because everything on each of these slides is the exact same except for the piece that's being highlighted. So we can stack them on top of each other, and the part that will pop out, if you will, is the part that will change, and everything else stays the same. So that's why all of these, you can see each of these, I've timed them so that they come in a staggered way, but I can show them till the end. And this takes, you know, just a couple of seconds. What I'll wind up doing now is I can come up here and click play. And just start to listen. Okay, now. 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 See, it's changing up here. Now. Now. Right? A little off there. But you get it. You get the point. And so this is honestly the greatest hack of all time. The one thing that I'll mention is because we do have this custom navigation, which isn't actually a part of the player, we've added this to make it a little bit more unique. We've essentially taken real estate away from the canvas area, is that when you're adding these images in, you'll always want for this navigation to be at the top. So this is basically made of, you know, a bar, a rectangle, two buttons. Those guys are going to have to be at the very, very top. Otherwise, what will happen is, let's say I want to bring up, you know, slide 8. Now, see what's happened is that it's covered all of the screen, but I have no navigation left. So I don't obviously want to do that. So that is, that's using PowerPoint slides, exporting them as PNGs, and then layering them on top of each other within a Storyline presentation, or honestly a Camtasia presentation, the exact same thing, to give the semblance of animation. Ooh, last thing is, once again, I do have an animation, a very subtle fade on each of these to make that a little bit more elegant. If I didn't have that, actually, this is worth showing. I'm going to just highlight the first 3 and remove them. I'll show you what that looks like. It's a little bit more jarring. So let's watch this in action. Oof. Ooh, right? You can also see that the fade, as with like an airbrush tool, if you will, really makes any kind of imperfections seem like they're not that big of a deal, right? It really kind of glosses those over. So when in doubt, always fade it in and out. When in doubt, fade it in and out. There we go. New tagline.